Hi, I'm Daniel, this is the TriathlonDan YouTube channel, and today should have been a day of triathlon training, but it has not gone to plan, and it's only, well, 9 o'clock in the morning. So, what has happened? Well, you might be able to tell, my normally absolutely beautiful, radiant, flawless face is slightly more swollen there than it is on the other side, watch the chubby cheeks. I've got a tooth infection and it has been a bit of a rough night, so I need to get it sorted. Now, I am registered at an NHS dentist, only very recently, never been. They didn't have any appointments today, so I then called an emergency dentist in Derby, private, booked in. They had an appointment later on today, but there's nothing worse. Well, there's a few things worse than toothache, but toothache is quite bad, isn't it? And I forget to the point where you're like, I'll pay any amount of money just to remove this pain from my face. So booked in, had to pay £80 over the phone for a consultation, just sucked it up, whatever. And then I put the phone down and the dentist that I called me back and said, oh, we've got a cancellation for this morning now, which it's just my life. Those things just happen. So I thought, well, do I go through the private one or do I go to the NHS one? I think if it's going to involve like a root canal or antibiotics and an extraction or whatever, if it's several step, it's going to be loads more expensive going through private, isn't it, than it is going through NHS. I don't have like healthcare cover through work, so I do pay for this out of pocket, so it is a factor, but I'm like, I've already committed £80. Anyway, I'm not going to go to the one this afternoon, I'm going to go to the one this morning, I'm going to call them and cancel it. No, I won't get the £80 back. Anyway, so I'm hoping that I'm going to get some sort of, to be honest, I hope they just take it out today, but I hate this sort of thing. I hate blood, I hate needles. I really struggle with it, but it needs doing. But one guy who isn't affected by this at all is Rupert. That's you, Rupert, isn't it? Your Christmas has come early because you've got a cardboard box, and that has absolutely made your day. Yeah, so, right, I'm going to go get this appointment and hopefully be okay on the other side. What I'm also thinking of, like, I immediately start flapping about work. I've got loads on. We're coming up to Christmas, loads to finish for Christmas. This thing, I'm only like a handful of days ahead if I'm posting every day, so I'm going to fall behind if I don't like train and make videos, but it's just, I can't control it, so I'm not going to try and, I'm not going to lose too much sleep over it. I've lost a lot of sleep over it, but over this, let's get there. Okay, I am home. I'm just about to do my mid-afternoon job of throwing some corn out to the chickens. Are you ready for it, girls? Yes, just a minute. So, what has happened? Well, my tooth is still in my mouth and I've not had any major operation today. When I got to the dentist, I've not been there before. I tried to park up on a nearby street. It was residents only. I thought I'm going to be there, not very long, and I was running like, to the second I needed to be there because I'd got the last minute appointment. Got out of the car and there's a parking attendant right there. I was like, ah. So I got back in my car. I was going to find somewhere else to park. Then I was like running late, so I'm physically running to the dentist. Anyway, got in there, had the assessment, had a couple of x-rays, and they basically ascertain which tooth it is that is infected, and it is the one that was a couple of years ago, and it's already got a filling on, and they had to go do get a long little needle and like put it in my gum and then x-ray with it in for some reason to figure out where it was, but that also meant that it like drained quite a lot of the gunk in my gum. Sorry if this is TMI. Now at that point, if you follow this channel for a while, you might know that I have a bit of a needle thing, in that I don't know what, well, I know why, because I don't like them. I just get really faint, and I faint really easily when needles are around. So I told them this before I started, and it wasn't injecting me with anything, but I was laid down, and I was just really not feeling well, dizzy. The dentist at one point was like fanning me with a sheet of A4, and I'm like, I'm all right. I just know I can't stand up anytime soon. Like I'm gonna have to just wait for this to pass. I got like the glucose drink thing and etc. So anyway, not my finest moment. I was absolutely sweating like mad as well. But it's just one of those things, I can't control it, and it's just at least I know it's gonna happen. And the dentist was brilliant with me. Like it was like looking after a small child. But anyway, X-ray done. So I have got a tooth infection. What we've decided on doing is got two options: remove it or root canal. I was initially thinking, I'll just remove it because it's like there, so it's only when I really smile that you can see if there's to be a gap, and I could just think, well, I'll just not smile ever again. But she said, you've only got so many teeth, and later in life it's more of a problem to try and get teeth put in than to look after the ones you've got. Fine. Root canal, great. So I've got a course of antibiotics to try and clear up the infection or to relieve the infection. I've got to keep an eye on it for the next 4 to 5 weeks because I don't have an appointment until early January. So this is like, it's a problem if it becomes like really painful again. It has eased off today because it's been like squeezed out a bit, but yeah, not ideal. So hopefully it doesn't flare up over Christmas and I will get this done early in the new year. Now I just have to think about, because whenever these sorts of things happen to me in the past, I tend to go off the rails a little bit, not like anything serious, but you know, just with my diet and training and not focusing on those sorts of things. And I've been through all that. I can't be doing that anymore. Now I haven't got any training in today because I was a bit shook up by it, to be honest, and I've come back and obviously got to catch up on work and so on. But I do need to be careful about training on antibiotics, how much of a calorie deficit I'm in, all this sort of stuff. So I'm just reevaluating like where I'm at, essentially. I don't know as if I'll change much, but I'm just taking some time to think about exactly what I'm going to do over the next few days. You know, do I need to adapt any of this planned training? Do I need to, like this duathlon I'm supposed to be doing on Sunday, do I really need to go and do this duathlon? Those sorts of things. And sometimes when these things happen, I have this camera and I pick it up because I want to do the video right there and then, and I don't really know, but I might come to a conclusion and say it because then the video's done. Whereas actually, I've not concluded. Then I change my mind over the next couple of days. Then it looks like I'm changing my mind. Whereas actually, I'm just making the decision far too early. So like today, there's nothing I can control. I can't do anything during today training wise. Tonight after work, I'm going to go and do a podcast recording with UK Bike Fit, and then I think I'm going to go for a swim. That's it. That's all I can fit in. So I don't even need to worry about today. Yes, I've missed a lunchtime run today, but I just, can't help it. So then I will see how that goes today, and then think about what I'm going to do tomorrow, what I'm going to do over the weekend. Still focusing on diet. There's no reason why I shouldn't be able to, lose some weight over the next few weeks, even if I'm training less. But I think as long as this goes down a bbit, I should be able to train exactly what I have been doing previously, and knowing that I'll have a small period in the new year where I'm not gonna, I'm gonna have perhaps a couple of days off. I know that's coming. It's not like it's unplanned, so I can make relevant plans for that. I think I've got to go twice for this root canal thing. I think the first time they drill it out, pack it out as some temporary thing, and you go back in a couple of weeks to make sure it's all cleared up, and then they do it properly. So yeah, not looking forward to that. But anyway, that is my health update, spanner in the works, dentist trip. Not a smooth day. Bookings everywhere. I had to cancel and change appointments and whatever else, but it's just the challenges we face, isn't it? So there you go. Grateful for the dentist for being so kind to me and for fitting me in today for an initial sort of consultation. And yeah, only do what we can do. We can only do what we can do. Hope you're well. Hope you're fitting well. If you happen to be a super dentist surgeon and you want to sponsor me a root canal treatment, slide in the DMs. But otherwise, I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock for probably some triathlon training. See you later.